Hello, my beautiful people on Facebook land. Danielle here from Transcendence to the Truth. I am your quantum energy healer, men's empowerment mentor, and intuitive spiritual counselor. I am here to expand your consciousness and share a perspective that I have challengingly gone through many times in many situations and conversations, and I want to share my point of view and from what I've had awareness with and why I've come to this point of view and what's led me to this. So I'm going to wait for a couple of people to jump on. Make sure when you jump on you say hello, hi there. A 1 if you're watching now, a 2 if you're watching a replay. Where you're watching from, tell me if you feel comfortable. Do you smoke pot? I will honestly tell you right now, I do not smoke weed, and I've never been a weed pot smoker. It is a plant medicine, and I understand that many people do smoke it. I have never found resonance within myself for it. I am one of those people that I think when I was like 18 to 19, 20, I did the typical kind of like, if I smoked a bong, I'd basically green out. And it wasn't something that worked well with my body. I just want to go to sleep and I'd be like, okay, bedtime. So for me, I don't want to socialize, or I don't have any problems sleeping. I have suffered anxiety and different things like that. But for me, it's not something that resonates for me because, I haven't required it. I haven't needed it for pain. I haven't needed it for anything else. So my point of view is plant medicine is a tool. This specific plant medicine is marijuana. And I believe that marijuana should be used as a healing tool, right? And it's got great, obviously, properties. If we could make a sustainable future, which would be awesome, that there's many properties that would be great to be using as fabrics and building materials and things like that. However, we live in a very conditioned society, and many of the people that have researched this will have a very similar understanding that it's all about consumption, power and control, and unfortunately that's why there's a lot of stigma around it. From a higher level of awareness with this, okay, so I've had my own personal views and experience with it, not for myself, but my brother has drug-induced psychosis, and that was because of chemical imbalance to marijuana. Smoked when he was younger. He's been in and out of mental hospital, and he is, I haven't spoken to him, I no longer am in contact with him, but he that was a big part of pain, trauma and drama in my life. I saw it affect my family. I saw it affect my mum, my sisters, and so I chose to separate myself from him because he continued to make choices where he ended up hurting other people. And it was a self-care, self-love thing for me, was to disconnect that connection because it was too painful. So I do have that past baggage, right? So I have this past baggage of like watching so many people just become like the typical kind of like weed smokers that aren't productive members of society, whatever that means anyway. And I guess there's this little bit of me that judges that, right? So it's been a big thing in my awareness because I don't want to judge anyone for anything. Everyone makes the choices they make because they need to at that time, and it's a part of their journey and it's a part of their lesson. However, what I have noticed with my clients and my friendship circles and the people that I know, and my own awareness and seeing people. So if you want to understand the world through my eyes, basically when I see a person, I don't see their physical form. I see this energetic richness and goodness of their inner essence. So I see that. I see this inner beautiful vibe right within their being. And then I see everything else around it, right? Which is what that's their pain, that's their beliefs, that's their blockages, that's whatever clouded things they have. I can tell when somebody's an ice addict. I can tell if someone, I can tell when somebody's lying to themselves or me. I'm like, read the layers of energy that are protecting their inner essence from actually coming out, which is why it's amazing for me to work in this field, because, you can tell me something and I'm reading everything else around you, which is how I can get to these deeper layers of, well, that's not really the problem. What actually is going on under here? And it's a great tool in that way. So what I see when I see people who smoke weed, right? And this is from my experience and my perception and my walking through life and my talking through with so many people that have used marijuana as a coping tool, is that most of the people that smoke dope have a lack of self-love, right? So they're actually looking for the fullness, the feeling of fullness and groundedness of that drug that gives you this feeling of being full within yourself. So it's this feminine lack of self-love energy, and it's also a numbing coping strategy. So majority of the people that I know and that I have as clients, I can usually tell because they're so fucking connected, super connected people. Like, they feel energy, they can sense energy, they perceive it, they are living it, and it's like ding, 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 ding from everywhere. The problem is that in this reality, we're not taught coping mechanisms on how to actually manage that and decipher it. So it's people with ADD and ADHD and fast thinkers and overthinkers and people with deep cognitive thought processes, people that have OCD, people that are too much for what this reality is offering, and to fit in to the lower vibrational frequencies of this reality where most people are at, they're numbing themselves down. You're dumbing down your awareness, okay? If you are smoking pot, and this is my point of view, and I'm very strong in it because I've looked at it and I've taken away my judgments and I've dissected it and I understand it. People that are doing that, you're dumbing down your awareness. You are not connecting more to the universe. You are not connecting more to God. You are actually dumbing down what you're feeling, sensing, and being and perceiving and being in your authentic essence, which is so much, right? If you're that, your essence is like, you're huge, you're awesome. Like, your inner being is so there's no words. Like, the feeling of these people that have these essences, they're just so beyond this reality. The only way that you can cope in this reality is to make yourself contract and fit into a box of what's acceptable in this reality. But the problem is, when you start to dumb down your awareness, you're not living authentically. You're not living happily. You're not reading people correctly. You're not seeing life in the way that you even want to dream it or feel it or believe it. And it gives you the veil of illusion, right? So by smoking, you're actually, if I can explain the way it looks for me when I see somebody who smokes pot, it's like they've got this clouded shield of smoke over their aura. All drug use, we'll just say that. And that's because you can't see clearly. So it's like, as soon as you take that away, and the people that I know that do this and have this point of view, if they're like, oh, but life's really intense if I don't smoke pot. I'm like, yeah, because you're so fucking connected. But that's not the way to do it. If you're here and you know you're here for a purpose, and you know you're here to make change in the collective consciousness, and you're here living this spiritual path or this journey, or to want to transcend your mind, you got to be all of you, no matter how intense that is. Look at me. I'm not even that intense. But you have to be all of you and show up in all of you to live authentically your path, your lessons, your journey, you can't numb it out. The longer you numb it out, the more contraction that you're creating in your life experience. So it's learning other tools to cope with that. It's learning other things of deciphering the energy, what's real, or not what's real. Energy is energy. Learning what energy you take on, learning what energy you destroy, learning what energy you have basically fully embodied into you, because you're probably super empathic or very intuitive, that you've probably taken on a fuck ton of energy and subconsciously doing healing work. And unless you are aware of that, you're always going to be at the effect of it. You will always be at the effect of it until you recognize how different you are, how gifted you are, why you're here on this planet. And numbing it with anything is going to give you a distorted point of view, and you won't have your clear understanding or purpose until you look at it. All right. Any points of view, opinions, if you think I'm full of shit, tell me. Love it. I think that all tools are necessary at a certain point in time. I think that plant medicine is amazing. I use plant medicine myself as a tool to unblock deeper layers within my subconscious mind, and done under the correct circumstances, guided with the right shamans, in a safe space. All plant medicine can heal, and that is exactly why it's illegal. You can become more authentic, and you can start to wake up, and you can shift some of these old beliefs, patterns, and programs. But it is not a coping mechanism. Okay? You here, right here, is the only thing that you need to trust and learn to cope with and understand, is your own body, your own inner essence, your own gifts, your own understanding. No outside anything is going to give you that. That's going to be long lasting and substantiated. No, what is it? This word. Continue with, somebody help me out. 11. No way. Awesome. Okay. On that note, I love you. And if you're seeing this now, then I think it's a sign from the universe. All right. Please share, like. If you love my content, click follow first, and have an absolutely beautiful day. Mwah.